welcome back to Speak for Yourself, presented by Hyundai, where things are getting weirder by the day in Giants camp. Head coach Joe Judge already made headlines by making players and assistant coaches run laps for mistakes. Take a lap! Then he made heads turn when he said he was considering taking the red non-contact jersey off Daniel Jones. Well, Judge reacted to all this criticism with some humor. Take a listen.
Yeah, I got the strength staff downstairs when I put in bars of soap and socks, and we're just going to take them out back and just wail on them for a while. No, look, it's our responsibility to get every player, ready to play. And, with a quarterback, you've got to be smart about the contact.
Lavar's still with us, but Acho, you're up first. Do you like how your boy, Joe Judge, is responding to criticism?
I hate that, and I hate this. What do I mean?
What?
Marcellus, see, Joe Judge is now making me anti-New York Giants. I have no beef with the Giants as of last year. I like the Giants. I like Saquon. Daniel Jones, nobody believed in him, and he balled a little bit early on last year. But now, Joe Judge, you coming in here with this ignorance, and I got to call it out. Giants fans, I've upped your win total yesterday from 2 wins to 5 wins. Y'all are mad at me, but Marcellus, again, the full screen Prince got a full screen.
What you got going?
Giants fans, it's all fun and games till y'all start losing games. I said y'all going to win 5 games, and that's how I look at it. First week, y'all going to lose. Second week to the Bears, you're going to win. Then you're going to lose to the Niners, lose to the Rams, lose to the Cowboys. By then, Joe Judge going to be done with the jokes. Y'all going to beat the Redskins, lose to the Eagles, lose to the Bucks, beat the Redskins again, lose to the Eagles, beat the Bengals, lose to the Seahawks, beat the Cardinals, and that's going to be your last win. And Joe Judge, he's not going to be smiling then, Marcellus. So I got a problem with Joe Judge because these Giants fans, they deserve more than a head coach who's going to come in here, try to cover up his ignorance with some jokes that's not even funny. Joe Judge, this ain't the Patriots no more. You can't just call kickoff wedge left, wedge right. You can't run field goal team out there. You can't sit here and run your punt return and punt hold up teams out there. That's not what this is. You have to orchestrate an entire organization. And again, we're going to see if you laughing come week 7 when y'all about 2-5.
Wow, it was a joke. Laugh. Either laugh or walk out the comedy club. Don't stand up and protest. How dare you, Joe Judge? You're making this unlikable, this whole genre of comedy. Oh, you as a coach. I like this one. I was off Joe Judge a little bit with you. I'm back on Joe Judge. I like me some Joe Judge, and I'm going to tell you why. Before this moment, before he showed levity, before he could make something lighthearted and be self-aware enough to know the criticism about him and to make a joke about it, I thought that he was a dictator. But now I realize, oh, you're just a disciplinarian. You actually got a scowl and that ugly, mean face, and you're really smiling on the inside. And I give you an example. I played for a coach like just Joe Judge, a tremendous coach, Hall of Fame coach, Bill Parcells. And this is Parzellian to me right now. Big Tuna was his nickname, his persona. He would let that lead the charge, lead how he led the team at times. But every now and then you get a glimpse of the man with the big heart, the smile, Bill Parcells. I remember this one incident. I had a perfect spot in the locker room because I still was big dog, even though I was coming down the hill. And I was right there at the edge. And Bill Parcells, the way the Dallas Cowboys locker room was, he came in exactly in front of me on the exact opposite side of the locker room. He walks in. There's 30, 40 dudes in there chilling. We were clowning, talking, joking, everything. He walks in, first step, crickets. And he walked slowly. Didn't say a word. Just walked in that locker room, crickets. Walked out that locker room, took a right turn. My boy Leo Carson turned with him, and that was his boy. And then I peeked, because I had the perfect locker room spot, and I saw Bill Parcells start laughing. He's like, I love when I could do that to them. That's the point. Joe Judge is out there saying, look, I'm going to lead, I'm going to change this culture, I'm going to be a disciplinarian, but y'all know I am not a robot. So for all those critics out there, naysayers, achos of the world, relax until we see this team go out there and play, because this new culture may actually produce results.
You know, when I was in high school, I would do interviews, and because I was not used to doing interviews, I said, and quite a bit.
You still do that?
My mother, no, I don't. My mother used to put me in the mirror in her master bed, or excuse me, her main bedroom, and sit on the commode seat and make me answer the questions in the mirror. If I answered it correctly, she would tell me that is great, this, that, so on and so forth. I ended up becoming pretty good at doing interviews, all right? One thing that my mother told me and it always stuck with me. And it was very wise. It didn't really resonate, but now today it kind of makes a whole lot more sense. Jokes aren't jokes unless you have credibility to go along with them.
Oh.
And I started thinking to myself, I don't want to look like a jester or a clown when I'm joking because nobody knows what my capabilities are. If I have won a Super Bowl and I said something like this, I know the reference. My father was in the military, a wounded warrior. So I know the Gomer Pyle getting his tail kicked in the barracks in Full Metal Jacket. I know the reference that he made. So a lot of people, it might have even went over their head, you know, putting soap in socks and beating him up while he's in the bed because they were making him a tough soldier. Well, I'll say this to Acho's point. It didn't end well for Gomer Pyle, and it didn't end well for the drill sergeant that took him through basic training. He did become a great soldier, but he was too great, and he lost his mind in the midst of becoming that. I think right now, looking at Joe Judge, he really believes he's doing the right things, but he has to be careful. I don't know what the relationship is behind closed doors. I can hear the sound bites and react from that. But if he isn't making sure that he has a good, strong, healthy relationship with his team to be able to say things in a jokingly manner or do the things that he's doing, making them run laps or, you know, hitting the quarterback. If he's not on the same page as these guys, it can go bad really quickly. And at the pro level, that is death to a coach's career as the head guy. So he's got to be very aware and cognizant of the fact that joking around without having any type of credibility to you, your players might end up laughing at you and losing respect for you and not want to follow you to where it is that you ultimately are trying to get them to.
Let me tell a story myself, and then let me leave a parting message, if I may.
Oh, message.
Joe Judge, everybody, those who are believing in him, they believe in him because of the way that John Harbaugh, current head coach for the Baltimore Ravens, paved. John Harbaugh, remember, former special teams coach for 10 years, Philadelphia Eagles, before becoming a phenomenal head coach. Joe Judge, special teams coach for 10 years before now getting a head coaching position. Well, when John Harbaugh was under the tutelage of Andy Reid, head coach for the Chiefs, John Harbaugh would consistently walk into Andy Reid's office back when they were both on the Philadelphia Eagles staff. And gentlemen, he would walk into Andy Reid's office and he would see a 3x5 note card sitting on Andy Reid's desk behind Andy Reid each and every day. And he'd walk into his office and he'd see the note card, and he'd see the note card, and he'd see the note card. You want to know what the note card said, gentlemen?
What did it say?
It said, "Don't judge." And that's all I can say. Giants, do not judge. Don't Joe Judge. Don't no kind of participation in this nonsense of Joe Judge.
But that's his name. But that's his name.
Woo, y'all are, man. Joe Judge came in and all the stories were dark, dark, dark. And finally, he shines a little light, and now we're going to attack him more.
Still piling on him.
Y'all are. I'm not. It makes him more likable to me. And let me just clean up what Lavar was saying, because it's interesting. He was talking about you got to have credibility to be funny, to have a joke, right? I disagree with that. Be very careful in these situations, because I've been the best player before, and I've also been a bum on the same damn team. And let me tell you what happens. When they're laughing, they ain't laughing at your joke when you the man. They laughing because you said that joke. Because I've been the same guy that was even funnier when I was sorry on the team, and all of a sudden ain't nobody laughing at my butt. So personality, it doesn't make plays. I had the nicest coach ever, probably ever walked this planet, than Mike Riley. If anybody ever met Mike Riley, know he's the nicest guy ever. We were sorry. It doesn't matter. You could be mean, you could be sorry, you could be happy, you could be great. I'm just saying, let's not map everything on to right now his personality in terms of what the production is going to look like going forward. Coming up, speaking of personality, Cam Newton